So next one, lecture number 8. The topics are soil fertility, soil productivity, fertility losses, maintenance of fertility, soil fertility, and soil organic matter and uses of organic matter. So coming to the definition, soil fertility. The inherent capacity of the soil to supply the plant nutrients in adequate quantities and suitable proportions is termed as soil fertility. Whereas soil productivity is refers to capacity of the soil to produce crops is nothing but soil productivity. In case of soil fertility, the required quantities of nutrients, the soil should be supplied in required quantities of nutrients as well as the suitable proportions also. So that is called as soil fertility. And a productive soil must be fertile, but a fertile soil may not be productive. The soil may be fertile, but because of these factors like high soil pH or lack of soil moisture, it may not able to supply the nutrients to the plant. So it means the soil is fertile, but the soil may not be productive. So a productive soil must be fertile, but a fertile soil may not be productive. So coming to the differences between soil fertility and soil productivity, soil fertility is considered as an index of available nutrients to the plants, whereas soil productivity is a broader term used to indicate yields of crops. And soil fertility is one of the factors of crop production, and the other factors like water supply, slope of the land, depth of the water table, etc. Whereas soil productivity is the interaction of all the factors that determine the magnitude of yields. And soil fertility can be analyzed in the laboratory conditions, whereas soil productivity can be assessed in the field under particular climatic conditions. So soil fertility is a potential status of the soil, whereas soil productivity is the resultant of various factors, soil factors influencing soil management to produce crops. So differences between soil fertility and soil productivity. And the soil productivity can be maintained in various ways. First one is soil fertility. So this soil fertility can be maintained by application of organic manures or by following few cultural practices like mixed cropping, cereals followed by the legumes or pulses. So these all are. And physical conditions, so that is the depth of the soil, soil structure and the soil texture. So these all are soil depth and structure can be changed. And activity of soil microorganisms and the soil moisture content and inhibitory factors like soil acidity, soil alkalinity, soil salinity, water logging conditions. So these all are inhibit the soil productivity, and it is necessary to add plant nutrients to the soil periodically. So next one, nutrients are lost from the soil in the various ways. First one, the nutrients may be lost removal by the crop. So generally, for example, the crop like rice, wheat, sorghum and maize, after harvesting of the crop, it removes a huge amount of nutrients from the soil. For example, rice crop, it removes 90 to 100 kg nitrogen kg per hectare, 20 to 25 kg phosphorus kg per hectare and potassium 130 to 150 kg per hectare. Like wheat, 150 to 200 kg nitrogen per hectare it removes, and 80 to 100 kg phosphorus per hectare and potassium 200 to 300 kg per hectare. And in case of the sorghum, it removes 50 to 60 kg nitrogen per hectare, 20 to 25 kg phosphorus per hectare and 80 to 100 kg potassium per hectare. And next one, maize removes 100 to 120 kg nitrogen per hectare, 40 to 50 kg phosphorus per hectare and 100 to 120 kg potassium per hectare. So these all are a huge amount of nutrients removed by the crop after harvest. And next one, removal by weeds. Compared to the crops, weeds also removes a huge amount of nutrients from the soil. And next one, nutrients may be lost through leaching also. So it can observed mostly in the sandy soils. So through leaching, when the water is lost, along with the water, the nutrients also may be lost from the soil. And the nutrients may be lost through erosion also. Erosion is nothing but the loss of the top soil. So along with the soil particles, and the soil nutrients also can be lost. And loss of nutrients in gaseous form, for example in case of the nitrogen, so nitrogen lost through denitrification and volatilization process. In denitrification process, Nitrate can be converted into nitrite under anaerobic conditions. Again, it can be converted into nitrous oxide, and finally nitrogen gas. And coming to the volatilization process, ammonia, when it is hydrolyzed, automatically it is nitrogen can be lost through ammonia gas. So these are the nutrients lost from the soil in the waste. And soil fertility can be maintained by following different practices. The first one is cultural practices. First one, fallowing. So without cultivation, the soil may be kept fallow. It increases the it reduces the, and it stops the nutrient loss. And by following the crop rotation, so cereal followed by pulses or cereal followed by legumes increases the soil fertility. And mixed cropping means the cereal crops with pulses and oil seeds, so these all are generally increases the soil fertility. And another important, by addition of materials, so that is first one, organic manure. So bulky and concentrated organic manures, like FIM, compost, and other materials, and concentrated organic manures like oil cakes. So these all are, when adding to the soil, it increases the soil fertility. And by addition of inorganic fertilizers like urea and SSP, MOP, these all are. And by adding of biofertilizers also, for example rhizobium, azolla, azotobacter, and blue-green algo. So these all are fixes the atmospheric nitrogen, increases the soil fertility. And soil amendments like increase by application of the lime, gypsum, paddy husk, groundnut shell. So these all are increases the soil properties as well as soil fertility. And weedicides and fungicides also, and copper fungicides, that is generally add copper, copper triagens. So these all are copper triagens. So these all are adds nitrogen to the soil. And addition of green manures and green leaf manures also, and crop residues like stubbles. So after its decomposition, it add nutrients to the soil. In that way, it increases the soil fertility. Next one, soil organic matter. Any material of the plant or animal origin found in the soil is known as organic matter. And organic matter that is well decomposed and digested by many kind of soil microorganisms and converted into fairly stable, amorphous, brown to black material is termed as humus. It is very difficult to identify the parent material from which the humus is derived. And coming to the uses of organic material, and organic material helps in aggregation of soil particles and improves the soil structure, permeability, water holding capacity, and soil aeration. It is also serves as a reservoir of plant nutrients. Organic acids and carbon dioxide produced during decomposition helps to dissolve minerals like phosphorus and potassium and make them more available to the plants. It helps in maintaining the soil pH also. And leaching of certain cations like potassium, calcium, magnesium, ammonium is prevented because of higher cation exchange capacity. It is the source of energy for microorganisms, earthworms, and other living organisms also. And organic matter helps to maintain the soil temperature, which is required for soil microorganisms growth as well as seed germination and subsequent growth of the crops. And the alkalinity also can be reduced by using of the organic matter. And the rate of decomposition of organic matter is dependent on activity of soil microorganisms, which is in turn dependent on soil moisture content, soil temperature, soil aeration, and at the same time the carbon nitrogen ratio of the particular organic material. So by this the lecture 8 completed. Thank you.